Well, let me continue with my observations. My stream of thought is not going to be continued. It's going to be disparate and it's going to jump from one end to the other. I would like to focus on the aspect of a greater motivation that Indians should have towards their country. There is a question of why Modi? See, Modi has not denied the existence of the railways, the air force, the army, the navy, or the Air India, or anything. He has not denied the existence of that. What Modi has brought in is that putting things back into working order, which has, over the years, I would say that become a kind of a lethargy which has become constant in our economy. Just like the US economy today, because they have outsourced everything, people are not willing to do the manufacturing or any other service which they were doing during the early period of the American development growth period. America was great because the leaders led them properly and guided them properly. Somewhere, somewhere they also lost focus. After when they made the US currency, the dollar, as the world currency, they became like the Roman Empire. It became decadent, and when they started using their money muscle power to use the services of others to grow, in the last, I would say 25 years, the US has not been the strength and the power it was once upon a time. It was a world power to be recognized. Today, it is also one of the powers to be recognized. Now, that is how people are viewing the US. Even today, their currency is under stress and strain. And I'm not coming, the de dollarization concept, I'm developing on that, but I'll come to that. So, in the same manner, India, over the past 30 years, slowly a kind of decadent atmosphere entered, and the system was not working. It was not creaking and falling. The system was there, but it was not working. Modi put in the oil, the grease, started removing all the rusted parts, replaced them with fresh parts, and kick-started the whole process. So when he kick-started the whole process, I would say, if suppose an employee has been given money without any work, when you ask him to work, he is going to have a problem. He is going to create a ruckus. If he's got a union, his backing is going to be so strong. Their idea is, we have not worked all these years. Why should we start working now? And that is where the conflict started. It was a gravy train running, a few people contributing, living in excess of their means, something to survive. They were running helter-skelter. Why I mean helter-skelter? The people were sending their children away from themselves and India. They were sending the talent out of India because they had to make a living, they had to survive. They found there was no future for their children in India. There was nothing for them left in India. The concept with which they created the India which they wanted in 1947 was totally lost. And that fear of, the next generation suffering more than what this generation has suffered made the older generation send their children away from India. Hey, don't come back. This country will not grow. It's going to be a decadent society like this, and slowly it will become less than a third world country. It will be a Haiti. It will be something less than a Haiti in a few years. That was the minds of the people. Today, Modi has brought in a new life, a new spirit, a new hope. And that is hurting those people who were living off the fat of the land. And those are the people who are now crying out hoarse against Modi. One of the best methods was dividing the people based on so many factors. When Modi focused on Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and it was only development, 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 there were a few people who were focusing that Modi is a pro-Hindu and he will develop only Hinduism, or he is going to put Hinduism on the map. No, that was not Modi's agenda at all. If you look at the cabinet, how they work, that has not been the agenda of many of the people. None of the cabinet ministers are working towards goal of making the Hindu Rashtra. It's a concept which the people who are living on the fat of the land are trying to fuel with. It's been development. Today, people are looking up to this country to lead them. They are coming to this country. The world leaders are coming to this country and telling us, give us an opportunity, give us a part of your agenda, which will give us a spark in our country and we can grow. That is what Modi has given the spirit to the world today. And we are not, taking that spark and lighting fires everywhere so that people start jumping to make greater things in life. We are focusing on destroying our nation. Our nation can be easily, that is what happened when the British came in. They split us, they divided us, they kept us divide and rule, they kept us in poverty. The top people were great. The kings and the rulers went to Oxford to study, they played cricket with flannels. What was the poor man? 3 million people, 30 million people dying out of no food, no rice, nothing. In famines were, next famine in India. That was a kind of a snap of a finger, you have a famine in India. Deaths were common. Average age was 25, 30 years. All that, initially they wanted to correct and they started these fire plans and put so many things in place. But the system started creaking and failing. And that is what Modi is focusing on, cleaning up the system, removing all the debris, the rusted parts, removing the old parts, throwing them away, as you call, into the Radiwala. The Radiwala, destroy them, bring in new equipment, new machinery. Let us focus on the development. So, let us not make it an anti-Modi, pro-Modi, anti-Nehru, pro-Indira. No, it is not that at all. It is India. That is what we should look at. So that is what Indian economic development. I am talking about Indian economic development. That has been my focus from the beginning. So that is today a new life has been just brought in. That's like, a dead man, a nearly dead man in a coma, revives, comes out alive, and after 20 years he comes back from the coma and he sees the newer things in life. That is what India has happened. The coma has awakened him, and India has come out of the comatose stage, and it has started, pressing the pedal fast. And that is what some of them do not want. They do not want development. Because the day development comes, then some of the roles will disappear. Just like when technology came in, so many roles disappeared. If development and opportunities and thinking capacity grows faster, and new entrepreneurship brings in new ideas and new thinking capabilities, the old fuddy-duddies who are living off the 1940s thinking, the 1860s education, where are they? They are nowhere. And they feel scared. They were ruling. The rulers. They were the rulers. And today they are nobodies. People are challenging them left, right and center. It is hurting their ego. And they are fueling their students. When I say students, I mean their people who had listened to them originally, who are all now in the 60s and 70s. They are trying to fuel them and try to say that no, India should not go on this path. Why? Because they are not able to fathom, they are not able to catch up, they are not able to breathe, easily when all these important focusing aspects are arising. So, let us not, in the future, let the people of India think and define themselves that it is not pro Modi, anti Modi, anti Indira, pro Nehru, pro Gandhi, anti. No, let us forget all that. Let us look at what India is looking at. India is looking at challenging the world, including economies like Germany, China. We are trying to challenge them. And how can we challenge them? We must be able to challenge them unless we put in the spirit which Modi has given us. The initial effort which he has taken to put remove the debris, the muck, the grime and the dust. Let us all be with him and keep on clearing this muck and dust and dirt and grime so that we will leave a beautiful future for our children. So let us not fight for this anti-Modi, pro-Modi faction. Let us focus for the pro-India faction. Thank you very much.